What up? So today gonna be prepping up the fender. I already got it sanded down. It's the Infiniti fender, the G35 that I have, for those of you who don't know. So a while back, one of my neighbors backed up their car, and they have a truck, and they backed up into the front driver's side fender. It wasn't super bad. It was still salvageable, so I didn't have to go to a junkyard or order a brand new front fender for it. So got the fender off. I've since punched the hole back out, or the dent, bonded it up, primered it, did a little bit of sanding. So today I'm gonna be sanding everything back down, as far as getting it smoothed back out. Gonna paint it and then put it back on the Infiniti. Main reason why I'm really trying to get it done today is because I'm trying to trade it for a truck. I need a bigger size vehicle, which I already have this one that has 3 rows of seats, but I want like a bigger size truck or some type of truck. That way I can haul stuff around, and if need be, whenever I do get a trailer, or even if I have to rent a trailer out, I can use the truck to tow the cars to to wherever, the track, or just to a shop or whatever. So that's kind of the game plan. Once I get done with the Infiniti, I want to try to get the AC lines hooked up on the coupe. I already got all the AC lines, all the old AC lines from the KA 24DE whenever it was in the hatch, and then also got some of the other AC lines that came with the car whenever I got it. Because them cars, that one is a 89, and those come with single overhead cams, and to my understanding, some of the AC lines are different in those compared to what's in some of like the S14, which I think that's where that motor got taken out of. So yeah, it's kind of the game plan. Get the fender finished up back on the Infiniti. Once that's done, then get all the AC lines put back into the coupe. Probably won't have AC today, that's for sure. I just want to get all the lines put back together, because whenever I put the motor back in, I was still debating on if I wanted to actually have AC in the car, but now I do want to have AC in the car, so that's why I didn't put them in yet. So I want to try to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, and then once I get that stuff done, and I guess just hang out. Alright, so here is the fender. The dent that was in the fender, it was 10 times worse than what it is right now. So whenever she backed up, thank God she didn't hit like the center of my door. It was this part of the fender, because fenders can always be, a dent popped back out, bonded up. The door, it's a bit more complicated. So yeah, need to sand some of this back down, blend in some of the outer surroundings of the overspray. So I got all my sandpaper stuff that I'm gonna be using. I don't think I'm gonna sand it all the way back down, rebondo it. I'm just gonna sand it back down, smooth it. Alright, so got that all sanded down. Might not be able to tell the difference in the video, but I mean, you can most certainly tell the difference in person. Didn't take off a whole lot of primer. My main focus was to sand it down a little bit, get as much of the lumps out. I mean, you can see that I still have a lot of high spots. I'm not too much worried about the high spots, just want to make sure that I blend in the outer edges, especially whenever I do hit it with the paint and the gloss, and then hit it with some higher grit. That way I can hopefully try to blend in the 2 colors, the new with the old. Another thing that I forgot to mention was that I also have to weld back together and then it just snapped. So gonna weld that back together, get that done. Hopefully You know, it'll allow everything to line up the way it should. I think that's a common problem with the G35s also, is that they always have problems with the hoods not lining up correctly, because I came across, there was a few other cars in the past where they were having the same issue as far as like the hood's not closing all the way, the hood latch being jacked up or bent, which caused the hood not to align properly. So I think that's a common problem. Unfortunately, you know, it happened to me, so that's another thing that I got to get done on the G today. Kind of been putting it off, all this stuff off for a while, ever since I've been spending a lot more time with the 240s. So that's really why I haven't been posting a whole lot of videos of the G, because I've been focused on the other 240s, the coupe and the hatch. But there is stuff that needs to still be done to the G. It's just I'm trying to get it done last second, because I'm trying to trade it off for a truck, and I've got some serious, I wouldn't say buyers, but serious people who's wanting to trade. So now it's kind of, you know, puts a lot more effort on my part to kind of get all this stuff done. And what better way to get it done and record? So I'm gonna be doing that today. Had to make a quick pit stop, pick up, you know, the daily dose. No itching, just fishing. Haha. Alright, so I'm on the way to go pick up the paint right now. I gave the people the paint code for the Infiniti. They were able to look up the exact paint code that I need, so I'm gonna go and pick it up. I get my paint from Napa Auto Parts, which a lot of Napas don't make paint in-house, but fortunately enough, this Napa does, and it's one of the very few automotive like part sellers around my area that actually makes and mixes the paint in-house. So it's like 24 bucks, something like that. It's paint and primer, or I'm sorry, paint and clear coat all in one. So whenever I spray it, hopefully everything will match up, and then I will just have to try to blend in like the outer edges of the fender to make everything look even. So that's where I'm going right now. Go and pick up the paint and then get it painted up. Just pulled up the Napa. I'm gonna run in here, go grab the paint, and then yeah, see how good it looks. All right, just picked the paint up. This paint right here, so pretty excited. I just need something to get by, make it look subpar decent, instead of what it looked like before, because yeah, not gonna work that way. So paint it up, get the hood pin or hood latch or whatever you want to call it all fixed up too, and then yeah. Alright, so this is what the hood latch looks like afterwards. I just tack welded it. I know it doesn't look best, but I just needed to temporarily hold. So tack welded it, kind of sanded it back down, and then painted it. And fortunately enough, the paint that we had just laying around was almost the exact same color that this latch is. So I would show you guys the underside if I can get a view of it, but it doesn't look like that I'm gonna be able to, because I already started putting it all back together, because I'm ready to get this fender on and paint this fender. So got the hood latch, welded back together, painted up, sanded it down a little bit. I mean, you can kind of tell where it's been, but I think once I get the fender on, the fender should cover a good little portion of it. So yeah, it's the motor. So yeah. All right, so I just got done doing the paint and getting the fender back on. So let me show you guys what it looks like here in the shade. So you can still kind of see some imperfections on there, but that's okay. It looks a lot better than what it did before. I mean, there was about like an inch dent right here in this fender whenever that incident happened, and since then this is where it's at right now. I'm gonna pull it over in the sun so I can show you guys what it looks like when the sun beams down on it, but this is what it looks like right now here in the shade. All right, so finished product, you can see here in the sun, and it actually doesn't look too bad neither. I mean, you can still see some of the bumps in there, like the low spots, which I could have sanded it down, rebondoed it, sanded it back down, primered it, and then painted it to really just help to fill the body line of the fender a lot more. But I mean, I just needed to get it up and looking presentable. And I mean, you can see the hood latch too, and the hood opens and closes how it should be. I don't have any type of fitment issues as far as one side being too far over or hard to lift up on one side. So I'm glad that I was able to get that done, because that's really been bugging me too. So I'd say the car it's back in good shape. Reason why I really don't work on it too much is, I mean, like I said, I spend a lot of time messing with the 240s that I have, and just really putting all of my blood, sweat, and tears into those cars. Originally, this car, you know, it was going to be my daily, my fixer-upper, but I mean, I kind of fell in love with the other cars. So that's kind of the game plan. Got that all situated. So all right, so I just made it back to the house. I think everything's gonna turn out okay with the G. I mean, I know that it's not the best looking, but it's damn better than what it looked like before. It's a lot more presentable condition than me just putting the fender back on with that dent in the side of it, the hood latch being all jacked up. So it's in a lot more presentable condition than what it is right now. So yeah, next thing that I really have to do is get the coupe, the AC on the coupe situated, which I probably won't upload that in this video. I'm still recording, but it's not going to be tied in with this one, so I'll probably end up recording today and then you know, uploading that at a different date. But that's the next thing that I need to get done, is the AC lines all plumbed. Got some new O-ring gaskets also while I was at Napa, so got some new gaskets for that. So that's gonna be the next thing that I tackle. So yeah, with that being said, until next time.